We're live at the Spero Clinic, where we're excited to announce that Anjanette is graduating from the program today. So before starting, Anjanette had been in pain for 20 years. More. 8 out of 10 pain, difficulty standing, walking. We were talking earlier today that you came in with a cane.
Yes.
And we fast forward to what, your last 4 weeks?
Yes.
How many steps did you do on Wednesday?
I did like 13,000.
Any pain after?
No, none. My daughter and I went walking for 45 minutes. It was great.
That's awesome. You've come a long way.
Yeah.
And you worked really hard. I couldn't be happier for you.
Thank you. I really
Welcome.
appreciate it. I really appreciate it. Okay, I want to, just along with that, talk about when I came into Spero, I knew that I had fibromyalgia. I knew that I had CRPS and FND. And while being here, I also discovered I have POTS and EDS, which makes so much sense that I never understood before. And I, like Dr. B said, my pain levels were at an 8. I'd spent time in a wheelchair. I'd spent time not moving out of my chair. I'd spent time with a cane when I came in, and it was a 20-year journey. And it started standing up. My husband and I were in Canada for a work trip that we kind of turned into our own thing, and I stood up after taking a picture, and I could no longer move my hip. And I had no idea what was wrong, what happened, any of that. Went to doctors all over the country, and the things that they looked for, we were talking about it, were zebras that didn't need to even be looking for it. And I kept telling them that I have this burning pain. It feels like an ice pick that's on fire just being stabbed into my hip. And I got things like, you probably have, I don't know, maybe it's like your bursa, maybe it's your, maybe you need to go get counseling, really. Maybe you need to just go to PT, and all these things, and nobody ever had an answer for me. 3 years after that, I broke my toe, and from stepping out of a garage with a lip like this much, and my life was never the same after that. The fire moved into my feet, and started moving up into my legs, and I really didn't realize at that point that it wasn't going to go away. And I ended up being in a place where, like I said, I could barely walk, and the best diagnosis I could get from a doctor at that point was that I had plantar fasciitis. And I was like, that doesn't make your feet feel like they're on fire. But I didn't know what else it could be. I did my best. Sometimes I was in a wheelchair, sometimes I was on a cane. And my life just essentially just stopped. I just sat in my chair and trying to survive, to the point that if somebody came by and accidentally touched my chair, I winced because the pain was so deep. I was scared of anything that was around me because I was scared it would hurt me in some way. So I just went around in fear. And at that point, I was just done. I just thought, I'm done. I've spent 20 years trying to put hope in whatever I can get and find whatever doctor is going to listen to me. And I just was done. I was ready to just sit where I was and just wait until I died, honestly. And somebody from our church family came up to my husband and talked to him about Spero Clinic and offered to pay for it. And my husband talked to me about it, and I did not want to come because I was tired of hope. And my husband eventually convinced me to just come for the first round of meeting and taking a tour. And in the bathroom, there is a little sticky note that says hope, spelled out with hope. Wait, hold on, hope ends. Or wait, hold on, pain ends. And it made me mad. You'd think it would encourage me, but it just made me mad because I thought, don't just give me a sticky note. Because I've been through pain for too long. And I don't want it to just come down to some cliche saying. So when we got home, after a couple months, my husband took me out into the driveway and he said, I am asking you to go. And I said, I don't want to go. And he said, I am asking you to do what I'm telling you to do. Strongly encouraging me to go. And so I said, I will go, but when it doesn't work, don't ask me to ever do anything again. So I didn't come in here with the attitude I'm supposed to come in here with. But I did everything I was told to do. And I've never walked into a place and felt more listened to and believed than being here at Spero. And that just it's everybody. It's like collectively across the board. I can feel good on one day and I can feel horrible on the next day. And I still am believed. And starting off with just things like coming in and the front desk people and the runners, and seeing Jenna, who's the one who gave me the tour the first time that I was here, and being able to continue to hear her story, and being able to have Dr. B be careful in touching me. Nobody does that. Nobody's careful. They usually just grab you and, can I touch you here? Can I do this? And going to Nin and having just the way how wonderful that felt, and lymphatic drainage, and just how great that was, microcurrent, and having Kimberly just say, how are you feeling? And it mattered. And I've got something that can maybe help you with that. Going into red laser or cold laser, and having Tyler and Ellie help me to sleep. For the first time, honestly, in my life, I have been sleeping 7+ hours, you guys. I haven't seen you in a while. And help me through trauma. Trauma is a lot of what got me here. And I didn't realize I would have to experience trauma along the way to work through it, but I did. And so I guess I just want to say, for anybody who happens to be thinking about coming to Spero, you don't have to compare yourself to me or to anybody else, because it's not about the diagnosis that you have. It really is about the symptoms. And I was scared I wasn't sick enough to come. I was scared that somebody was going to tell me that I didn't belong here. Because that's what I felt like every time I'd gone to different doctors. And so thank you for letting me know that I belong here. And for the patients that are here, thank you for being kind and telling me when you're having a bad day, and letting me rejoice with you when you're having a good day, even if I'm having a crappy day. I thank my husband for making me come, my friends and my family for loving me through it, my son who told me that, Mom, even if you're only 20% better, it's worth it. And I'm 100% better. It's huge to do that. So the person who probably made it the easiest and best for me is Misa, so I'm gonna ask her to come here and talk to me. She is my NMR therapist and made me do horrible things that were really great, that were wonderful. She was right so many times. And I just want to say a memory that I will never forget is when we were walking around the circle over by your room, and I was just focused on my floor. I mean, I was like this walking, trying to just move my feet. And you were like, how are you feeling? How is your feet feeling? And I'm like, I don't feel them. And you just looked at me and you were like, so then that means?
I'm like, so when was the last time you didn't feel your feet?
And I was like, I don't know, I'm trying to walk here. And we were just like, I was like, it's a 0. That means I don't have any pain in my feet.
That was a really big moment.
It was huge.
I'm super proud of her because she did. She came in and did everything she was told, even if it was the hardest thing, even if we experienced things that were unexpected out of the treatment, but it was still good outcomes. Your mom's amazing. She works really hard. She loves you guys so much and is so ready to be back to you guys. Really proud of you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So thank you to everybody. I'm ready to ring this bell. Can I go ahead?
Yeah.
Okay.